Guys, today's just a recovery day, so congratulations on making it this far. The Turkey Trot's just around the corner. All I want to do today is get the body moving how it is built to move. So through my entire journey of studying the anatomy over the past 12 to 15 years, the number one thing that I've noticed in all people is that their movements are backwards. And more specifically, they're moving inside out or from the outer body in when we need to be moving from the inside out. So the very first muscles to develop are the muscles of the deep core, the muscles in the center of the body that run up the front of the spine, that sweep down through the inner leg line and connect to the bottom of the feet. But most people, especially as we get older, we become adolescents, teenagers, young adults, we want to look like people in magazines, celebrities, models, and that type of thing. And so we focus on the outer body muscles, biceps, triceps, glutes, hamstrings, and things. And those muscles end up getting super tight, pulling on the inside, creating a lot of tension. And as we get out there and we continue to run and do a lot of the things that we do, we almost forget how we are built to move. We forget that we have joints that are actually meant to bend. And so today is just really about releasing the tensions in the outer body and activating the muscles in the core. However, I know from working with hundreds of runners that you guys have the tightest hips out of anyone in the world. So I don't want to do this practice sitting on the ground because a lot of you have trouble just opening up the knees, allowing them to fall wide, allowing yourself to sit in that crisscross applesauce. So we're going to do this whole practice standing. And this is a yoga-based practice that we're going to just use yoga as kind of a tool to build these poses from the ground up and the inside out from a standing position, so we're not compromising anything and we're coming into these poses safely. So enough said. Join me in this class, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you all tomorrow. Let's begin standing at the back of our raft. When you arrive at the back of your yoga mat, your towel or surfboard, just begin to shift away from one foot to the other. Picking up one foot, putting it down, picking up the other and placing it on the ground. Just allowing for that natural placement of feet to happen. A lot of times we have a tight hip or tight glute, and it's pulling that leg into an externally rotated position. So instead of fighting that at the beginning moments of class, can you allow that turnout just to naturally happen? Now begin to find the weight evenly between the feet. So we're not leaning more into one foot than another, but we find the weight somewhat neutral between the two. We'll take the next few moments to bring some awareness to our posture, starting with the feet. So take a moment to look down at your feet. And if the toes are turned slightly outward or bowed slightly in, can you turn the toes forward or even slide the heels behind the toes? Also, can you find the feet somewhere between sitting bone distance and armpit distance apart? So somewhere inside a shoulder distance, because the wider the feet get, we narrow the SI joint in the back, we shorten the structure, and we lose the core. So can you find the feet underneath you so you create that length from the inside, that tallest part of the spine? Can you press down through the outer edges of the feet so we create that lift through the medial arch of the foot? Can you energetically screw the feet into the ground externally so the left foot will screw into the ground counterclockwise while the right foot clockwise, so you create a stability at the ankle joint as well as at the hip? And by creating that torque from the feet to the hip, you'll also allow the knees to track towards the outer edges of the feet so we're not collapsing inward. And you allow there to be a micro bend to the knees, so you're not hyperextending in the knee joint, but you have a softness at the knees. Can you find a neutral pelvis, slightly posterior or anterior tilting the pelvis until you find that length in the lumbar spine. Can you hug the deep pelvic floor muscles in and up the front of the spine so you create that length from the inside? You allow the shoulders to soften back and down so that you're not collapsing inward, but you create this opening through the collarbones and this length through the thoracic spine. And you tuck the chin, draw the head back so you almost place the head on top of the spine so that ears are in line with shoulders, with the ribs, with pelvis, with knees, with heels. As you continue bringing awareness to your own posture, let's bring awareness to our breath. Breathing in through the nose, and breathing up and out through the nose. Inhaling through the nose, allowing the ribs to expand in all directions, the front, the back, and the sides. On the exhale, just notice how the breath is shape change as the ribs collapse downward and in, hugging the sides. Inhaling through the nose, tracing the breath all the way down the back of the throat, past the heart, the navel, the pelvic floor. On the exhale, just allow the breath to travel up and out the same way it entered in. Continuing this breath on your own, we're going to add some gentle movements. So on the next inhale, we're just going to turn the palms forward. Thumbs will face away from the body. And on the exhale, the palms turn towards the back of the room. As the hands press back. So breathing in, palms face forward, shoulders externally rotate, chin becomes parallel with the mat. And on the exhale, thumbs face inward, palms press back. So breathing in, weight shifts slightly back in the heels as the chin lifts up. And breathing out, weight shifts slightly forward in the toes, palms press back. Inhale, shoulders externally rotate. We get tall in the spine. And exhale, a gentle sway forward as we drop the chin, creating a little length in the back of the neck. So on the next inhale, the arms will start to come forward while the sit bones go back and wide, so we balance the weight by sending the hands forward. Maybe the knees just bend a couple of inches. Perhaps the thighs become parallel with the mat, trying to keep the knees over the ankles. And on the exhale, we stand tall, lengthen up the spine. Breathing in, making sure the knees are tracking wide of the feet, staying over the ankles. So if the knees start to come forward of the toes or the heels lift off the ground, you're likely to have an impingement at the ankle joint. So stay high if you need. Work inside those thighs, making sure you're tracking those knees wide. And on the exhale, we just stand tall, palms press back. So breathing in, arms sweep forward, sit bones back and wide. And breathing out, we press into the earth, create that length from the inside. So same thing on the inhale. But on the exhale, we're going to make these strong fists this time. As we press the toes down, lift the heels high. So breathing in, we place the heels. Arms sweep forward, sit bones back and wide. Breathing out, we press the toes down, lift the heels high. Inhale, arms sweep forward into the sky. And on the exhale, press the toes down, lift the heels off the ground. Breathing in, same thing on the inhale. But on the exhale now, instead of lifting the heels up, we're going to rock the weight into the right foot and lift just the left heel up this time. And inhale, placing the heel down. Arms sweep forward into the sky. And on the exhale, we rock the weight left. Create that stability in that left hip side as the right heel lifts off the mat. Inhale, arms sweep forward, knees track wide. Exhale, rocking the weight right. Create that stability on the right hip side. So really pressing into the ground. Maybe that left knee lifts high. Breathing in, you place the foot down. Arms sweep forward into the sky. And exhale, rocking the weight left. pressing into the earth, engaging that left hip. Maybe this right knee lifts high. Breathing in, we gently place the foot down. As the arms sweep forward into the sky. And breathing out, rocking the weight right. Lifting the left heel up. Maybe even extending through the left heel. Inhale, we place the foot. Arms sweep forward, sit bones back and wide. Exhale, we rock the weight left. Lifting the right knee up. Option to extend through the right heel. Inhale, we place the foot down. Arms sweep forward into the sky. And exhale, making those strong fists. Lengthen up the spine, extending through the left heel. Breathing in, placing the foot. Sweeping through the arms. And breathing out. Creating that stability first on that left side and extending through the right foot. So inhale, we place the foot down, arms sweep forward into the sky. On the exhale, hands will just come to prayer. So we move a little from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet. On the inhale, we're going to pivot on the left heel, turning the left toes towards the left side of the mat. On the exhale, we step that right foot under that right hip side, making sure the feet are on the mat. So the finger pads are going to cup the ears as the elbows pull wide. Inhale, we're going to step this right foot a little wide, about elbow distance apart. So we bring the hands to the hips or the thighs, sweeping through the ribs, moving a little side to side. So stand as high as you need here. Begin to make your way low if you choose, but try not to round in the spine. So sending the sit bones back and wide, creating some length through the spine as we finger paint the earth, moving from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. So we'll begin to find the weight evenly between the feet, sliding the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we're going to turn the right toes forward from the heel. And on the exhale, we slide the back heel back from the toes. So this is our fighting stance, so really taking your time to set this up, making sure we're mobile forward and back. Heel tone this right foot out a few inches. If you need a little bit wider base to make sure this doesn't become a balance challenge for you and that you can move forward and back. So on the next inhale, when you're ready, just turn the chest over the front thigh. As the arms sweep to the sky. Interlacing the fingers. Extending the first finger high. And exhale, we sink down to that front thigh. Sliding the back heel back and wide. So on the inhale now, we're going to draw the weight back towards the back foot. So we bend this back knee a lot as we dive slightly forward. So the weight becomes evenly between the feet. As we come forward, so we're not compromising that back knee. And on the exhale, we either reach straight up or slightly up and back, stretching that right side. Breathing in, weight shifts back. Dive slightly forward. Perhaps you come inside that right thigh. And exhale, you reach up and back. Beginning to straighten that back leg. Stretching that right side waist. Inhale, weight shifts back. So the weight's evenly between the feet. Perhaps you dive a little lower each time. And exhale, you draw that right hip back. Slide that back heel back, stretching that right side. So taking your time on this next part, as the chest turns forward, the back heel turns up. So we reach forward. And on the exhale, we're going to take a couple of steps forward with this left foot. Maybe bringing the knee straight to chest. Making those fists, even extending through the heel. Making sure you create that stability on that right hip side. So breathing in, we place the foot. Arms sweep to the sky. Breathing out, hands to prayer. Moving from side to side. full breath in and a full breath out. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet. On the inhale, we'll pivot on the left heel, turning the left toes towards the left side of the mat. On the exhale, we step this right foot under the right hip side, making sure the feet are on the mat. So finger pads cup the ears. Just as a distance marker, pull the elbows wide so we create some space through the collarbones. Exhale, we step this left foot wide, bringing the hands to the hips or the thighs as we sweep from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet. Slide the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we turn the left toes forward from the heel. And on the exhale, we slide the back heel back from the toes. Again, really taking your time to set up your fighting stance here. Making sure you have a wide enough base and that you're mobile from side to side. Breathing in, we turn the chest over the thigh. So the hips will be pointing towards the right side of the mat. Chest turns forward as the arms sweep high. Interlacing the fingers, extending the first finger high. And exhale, we just sink down in that front thigh. Taking your time on the inhale, the weight shifts back as we come slightly forward above that thigh. And exhale, maybe you try to reach up and back, stretching that left side. Breathing in. Diving a little inside of this left thigh, making sure that left knee's tracking towards the outer edge of that left foot. Exhale, reaching up and back. Stretching that left underside. Breathing in, weight shifts back so that back knee bends a lot. So we dive forward. And exhale, that's when we create that strength and length from the inside. Pressing into the ground, sliding that back heel back and wide. Inhale as the chest turns forward, back heel turns up. Making sure you're mobile forward and back, adjusting the feet if you need. As the arms sweep forward. And exhale, stepping forward or bringing that knee straight up, perhaps extending through the heel. Inhale, we place the foot down, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer, moving from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Begin to find the weight evenly between the feet. On the next inhale, we'll turn the right toes forward from the heel. And on the exhale, we step that left foot under that left hip side. So on the inhale now, we're going to sweep the arms wide. On the exhale, we step this right foot extra wide, about forearm distance apart, which is about 4 feet for me. Bringing the hands to the hips, moving side to side. So just be aware that this is about a foot wider than the first pose we did. So when we set up our fighting stance on the second side, really take your time to make sure you have mobility in all the joints, mobility from side to side. And if at any time the knees are caving inward, then stay high and work inside those thighs. Really working out any tensions on the inner thigh, the outer side, even the glute, or the IT band. Begin to find the weight evenly between the feet. Sliding the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we're going to turn the right toes forward from the heel. Now on the exhale, we slide that back heel back from the toes. So setting up your fighting stance, being aware that the feet are wider this time. It's really taking your time to make sure that you're mobile from side to side. We're going to add a breath here. So on the next inhale, we're going to send the hips back and wide, creating some space in the hip joint. And on the exhale, we press into the earth and roll up the front of the spine. Belly, ribs, heart. Breathing in, the arms will float wide, opening up from core to sleeve.
And breathing out, we sink down in that front thigh, making sure this right knee is tracking wide to that right foot. As we move a little bit forward and back, waving through the fingertips, the wrists, and the elbows. So on the inhale, we're going to take this left hand, bring it to the left hip. Now on the exhale, we're going to reach this right hand high. Maybe leaning a little back, stretching that right side. Breathing in, we take this right hand, bring it to the right thigh, or even sliding down to the forearm. Breathing out, we're going to reach back with this left hand. The hand circles down and floats to the sky. Inhale, we sweep it back, so soft bend in the back knee as we bring the left hand to the left hip. And exhale, we reach up and back, stretching from right armpit to right hip. Inhale, we come forward, staying high in the hand or sliding down to the forearm, keeping a soft bend in the back knee on the inhale. On the exhale, that's when we circle that left arm, allowing the arm to float up. Breathing in to sweep it back. And breathing out, drawing that right hip back, reaching the right arm up and back. Inhale, we come forward, so the weight shifts slightly back. Back knee bends as we slide down to the forearm. And exhale, we circle that left arm. Allow the arm to float high. On the next inhale, just going to circle this right hand. As the back heel turns up, the chest turns forward. We come off that thigh. So adjust the feet if you need. Making sure you're mobile forward and back. Trying to keep your balance here. As we reach the arms forward, we're going to either step forward or bring the knee into the chest. Taking your time to create that stability on that right hip side. Really getting that full flexion of the left hip if you can. See how high you can bring the knee before you can extend to the heel. Inhale, we place the foot down. Arms sweep to the sky. And exhale, hands to prayer. Moving from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Finding the weight evenly between the feet. On the next inhale, we pivot on the left heel, turning the left toes towards the same side of the mat. Now on the exhale, we step this right foot under this right hip side, making sure the feet are on the mat. So breathing in, the arms just sweep wide for a marker, and breathing out, we step this left foot wide, bringing the hands to the hips or the thighs as we sweep a bit from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet, sliding the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we turn the left toes forward from the heel. Now on the exhale, we slide the back heel back from the toes. Making sure we're mobile from side to side, setting up your fighting stance here. On the inhale, we send the hips back and wide. Now on the exhale, we press down and roll up the front of the spine. Breathing in, arms open quarter sleeve. And breathing out, we sink down in that front thigh. Moving a little from side to side. Waving through the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders. Breathing in, this right hand comes to the right hip. And breathing out, we reach up and back. Stretching that left side hip. Inhale, making sure this left knee's tracking towards the outer edge of that left foot. We come high in that left hand or slide down to the forearm. Making sure we're not collapsing down. We're staying high and we can come off that foot at any time. We reach this right hand back. And exhale, we circle the arm down. The arm to float to the sky. Breathing in. We gracefully reach back and along with the right hand. Breathing out, we draw that left hip back. Reach the left arm up and back. Inhale. Soft bend to that back knee. Weight comes even between the feet as we come forward. Breathing out, just a gentle circle with the right arm. Allow it to float back up. Inhale to sweep it back. And exhale to reach up and back. So inhale, we come forward. And exhale, that right arm floats up. So on the next inhale, we just turn the chest forward. Same time, the back heel turns up. Off that thigh, just the feet if you need. So you reach the hands forward. On the exhale, taking your time to come forward, making those fists, create that stability on that left hip side, that flexion of the right hip, extending through the heel. Breathe in, we're just going to place the foot. See arms sweep to the sky. Breathing out, hands to prayer. Moving from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Finding the weight evenly between the feet. On the inhale, we're going to pivot on the right heel. Turning the right toes towards the right side of the mat. On the exhale, we step that left foot under that left hip side. Breathing in, the arms float wide, and breathing out, we step extra wide, bringing the hands to the hips, moving from side to side. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet, sliding the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we're going to turn the right toes forward from the heel. Now on the exhale, we slide the back heel back from the toes. Breathing in, the hips go back and wide. And breathing out, we press down and roll up the front of the spine. Belly, ribs, heart, and chin. Inhale, the arms float wide. Exhale, we sink down that front thigh. Moving a little forward and back. So on the next inhale, we're going to come forward this time. The weight shifts back, so we bend that back knee as we come forward. Right hand to thigh, we're sliding down to the forearm. So we reach back with this left hand. On the exhale, we allow the arm fall down, the shoulder turns down as we graze the mat. Left arm floats back up. Breathing and bending the back knee, circling back, reaching back. And exhale, grazing the earth. Allowing the arm to float high. Inhale, big circle. And exhale, just pressing into the earth, drawing that right hip slightly back as the left arm floats to the sky. Breathe in, and we just circle the arm one more time as the back heel turns up. We face the front of the room, adjust the feet if you need, reaching forward. And on the exhale, we're going to make these strong fists. So we draw the left knee up, extending through the left heel. But adding on right now, we're going to step back to that lunge. So on the inhale, bringing the knee into the chest. We're going to see if we can hinge at the hips. Stepping back and along the same way we came in as the arms float forward. And breathing out, making those fists. Taking your time to draw this left knee up. Extending through the foot if you can. So just adding a twist here. See if you can get that flexion in that left hip. Taking this right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Just going to slightly turn to the left. Perhaps extending that left hand back. On the next inhale, we'll turn forward. Drawing that left knee high. Now on the exhale, we step the foot down. Sweep the hands high. Bringing the hands to prayer, moving from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet. On the inhale, we'll pivot on the left heel, turning the left toes towards the left side of the mat. On the exhale, we step that right foot under that right hip side. Breathing in, the arms float wide. Breathing out, we step extra wide, bringing the hands to the hips or the thighs as we sweep from side to side. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. So beginning to find the weight evenly between the feet, sliding the heels behind the toes. On the inhale, we turn the left toes forward from the heel. And on the exhale, we slide the back heel back from the toes, making sure we're mobile from side to side. Inhale, we create some space in the hip joint. And exhale, we press into the earth. Roll up the front of the spine. Inhale, arms open from core to sleeve. And exhale, we sink down in that front thigh. Breathing in, we take this left hand, bringing it to the top of the thigh. We're sliding down to the forearm, making sure that we're stable in the feet and we're not collapsing forward. We reach that right hand back and long. And on the exhale, we allow the arm to fall down, shoulder turns down, arm floats back to the sky. Inhale, reach back and long, bend that back knee. Weight shifts towards the back foot. Fingertips graze the earth. And exhale, the arm floats up. Inhale the circle. And exhale, we open up. So on the next inhale, as we turn the chest forward, we come off the thigh and we lift the back heel off the mat. Taking our time, adjusting our feet if we need. Moving a little forward, a little back. Inhale, arms reach forward. And exhale, creating that stability in that left hip side. Flexing through the right hip, extending through the right heel. Breathing in, just bringing the knee high into the chest. Sweet hinge at the hips. See if we can extend all the way back. And step all the way back, bending the back knee immediately. So weight shifts back, arms sweep forward. And on the exhale, making those strong fists. So we draw the right knee high, extending through the heel. Option to bring in a twist here. Taking this left hand to the outer right thigh. So we open that right shoulder up. Perhaps even reaching the right hand back. You may find you're quite more stable on one side than the other. Inhale, we come back through center. So right knee lifts high. Exhale, we step it down. Hands come to prayer as we move from side to side. Taking a full breath in, and full breath out. Take the last few moments of class to begin to scan your body from head to neck to shoulders, to triceps to elbows to wrists to fingertips, to ribs to pelvis to thighs to knees to shins to ankles to toes. If you feel any tightness or discomfort or fatigue, just make a psychic post-it note for you to return to later. It's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you for showing up today. Namaste.